Wow.
That was quite an episode.
Yeah. Wow.
Mark
What
had-
an interesting episode.
Mark had such a traumatic childhood.
Yeah. Poor Mark.
Poor Mark.
Terrible childhood. Yeah.
Very traumatic.
Hmm.
Yeah, at least now we know the backstory of Mark and how Steven was created.
Yeah.
Very-
It's like
Yeah.
he created Steven as this alter ego that what his life, like what he wanted his life to be.
He wanted his life to be
Mm.
the good life for
Yeah.
saving humans.
And it was pretty much a way of dealing with that trauma, I guess. Kind of
Yeah,
suppressing
yeah.
it.
In terms of what it is, that's how a lot of alternate personalities happen anyway as well.
It's quite similar in the same way that like WandaVision was sort of creating a different reality. Wanda was creating a reality to kind of deal with,
Yeah, like
her own trauma as well.
Westfield. Yeah.
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 That same kind of yeah.
Yeah, it's especially in
Coping
like
mechanism.
psychology in terms of how alternate personalities, split personalities are created. This is sort of how it happens.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting.
theoretically, it's possible.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
they gave a good explanation that way as well.
Mm.
He has a great backstory of how he
Yeah.
became. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Mark and Steven and also becoming Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Seems-
another sort of persona.
Yeah, that scene was really good when it became Moon Knight.
Yeah. It was very dramatic.
Yeah, that was so good.
When he announced he was Moonlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no Jake, luckily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't appear. So yeah.
There's
Maybe.
only one more episode where he could appear in.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that wasn't really the focus of this episode. It was more
Yeah, this one is more the backstory.
Mark's backstory. So we get to really learn a lot more. Definitely goes a lot deeper into Mark's story.
Yeah, his family history, his
Mm.
origins, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So when the mother died, he was already Moon Knight.
Mm.
And that
Yeah.
was 2 months before the events of what's happened in the episode.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Yeah.
poor Mark, he got blamed for his brother's death, which
Mm.
it's not his
Yeah.
fault at all.
Mm.
Yeah, the mother was so like crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
What happens at the end though? The sands. So this scene
Mm.
in the sands.
Steven turned into sand.
Yeah. Very kind of
So he's
with there.
Yeah. Got frozen in sand. Yeah.
is he really dead though? Really dead. No, he became sand.
Well, in terms of what he is, he wasn't really alive to begin with.
Yeah, he
Oh.
was like the
Yeah,
alternate
anyway.
persona for Mark. Like Mark is the real person.
Yeah. He was the
He was-
original
yeah.
person
Was created.
Steven was created.
created by Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in his own mind that he created Steven.
Well, it's more his turn to stone, right, rather than sand.
So it's not really. You can say he's not really dead yet. He's been stoned.
Stone, yeah.
But like the moment he turned into sand or stone was when the scales finally balanced. So I
Yeah,
think-
that's the other interesting thing. Why did the scales even out when Steven left?
and I think it was because maybe Mark didn't need him anymore to sort of cope, with his, I guess, his reality.
Maybe.
He
Yeah.
reconciled with
He
himself.
became strong enough to kind of
Yeah. He became strong enough and
work things
reconciled
out.
with himself.
Yeah, definitely. But it also doesn't explain the Jake Quickly persona,
Mm,
which we have not seen at all.
mm.
Or maybe they're not even looking at this at all. So
I don't know if they're choosing to just sort of not go into that. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the final episode. But like, yeah, it's interesting that that wasn't explored at all in this episode.
yeah.
It's
The
interesting, this
Netflix
whole
one.
time thing. Egyptian underworld.
I guess
All of
so.
a sudden we jump from
Well, something must be happening in the life reality when they're dead,
Yeah.
because those things coming down with souls.
Yeah, the duat, right? The duat.
Mm.
Do it. Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
it.
they do
I
it.
mentioned.
Those were unbalanced souls being judged or condemned before their time.
Yeah, because obviously of what Harrow was doing, you know, because they're not waiting until, you know, that person dies. They're already condemning them.
Yeah, before their time.
Mm.
So Hera was doing what is evil, and even Tarawet said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbalanced souls are being
Judging
judged or
them.
condemned into the sense before their time.
Yeah.
So Tarawet said that was quite evil as well. So even she said, yeah, go back to the body which has a bullet in it. Because that's the best thing that they
So if
could
they
do.
go back, then immediately die then, right?
Mm,
Recording in progress.
maybe not.
Yeah.
They're just returning to a body with a bullet in it. They could still survive a bullet for a time, maybe.
Yeah, we don't know like how serious his wound was, I guess.
Well, it was serious enough that he died.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they're going to explain how he survives after that bullet hole.
Mm.
Because, yeah, realistically, as Brady said, he should just die right away anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, so what we're seeing in the episode is maybe I don't know, tiny, less than a second, right? In real time,
Yeah.
like the bullet.
like when he got shot, and then, you know, that whole sort of scenario in his mind was during that time. But in the real lifetime, in real time, he'd just been shot, sort of thing. Like that hasn't moved.
Well, I think it has moved. Otherwise, the souls being judged wouldn't have happened.
Mm.
So you think he's kind of lying in the pool or whatever?
Yeah, for probably quite a while.
The water thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, from what we could see, Hera probably already started this plan,
Mm. Mm.
and people are dying because of it.
Mm.
Yeah, but really interesting.
Mm. But it's such an
In this episode.
what it explores, you know, about, you know, his trauma, and yeah.
It doesn't feel at all like a superhero TV show, though.
This is very standalone from Marvel.
Yeah, it's also a really dark episode for Marvel as well.
Yeah, pretty dark.
Ooh, echo.
Very unique. What's going on with the audio there?
Yeah, but in a good dark way, because you're like exploring the past of a person, and it's a really sad backstory.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very sad. How he was treated by his mum and got blamed for everything. Very traumatic.
Yeah, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking truth of the mother.
Yeah, that mother was really angry even after all that time. Like, in no sense was there any remorse.
Yeah,
she really blamed him for what happened to
Interestingly,
his
this
little
is
brother.
That's right. This is the first miniseries to tackle, well, the first
mental
Marvel
illness.
miniseries to tackle a mental illness,
That's true.
specifically dissociative identity disorder, DID.
Yeah. Or split personalities, as scholars as well.
Two different names, yeah, he really lost it in the middle, right? It was slapping his head, like really went a bit psycho.
Yeah, that was actually interesting. That Dr. Hero ended up being actually kind of good.
Yeah, it felt like it was a good trying to help him or something.
It was trying to help him, like, even with the balancing, it's like you need to talk to Steven and then open up to Steven, which he did.
Yes.
And even getting to grips of Steven losing the mom. Like, what? That was really interesting. the different side of
Yeah.
Doctor
different
of Harrow.
Dr. Harrow.
Yeah, Ned Flanders.
That was quite funny.
I
Yeah,
thought I was,
Ned
I was,
Flanders.
I was really laughing, cracking up. He said Ned
Simpsons
Flanders.
reference.
Yeah,
Simpsons reference.
yeah. Stephen likes to reference the TV shows and movies.
Mm.
Oh,
Like
Funny
even
guy.
with when they said Avatar, the
Avatar
movie or the anime.
and Colonel Sanders.
Ned Flanders reference hints at big
Yeah.
Arthur Harrow twist.
Mm.
It could be hinting at a major twist. I don't
Okay.
know what it
Major
is.
Maybe about
twist.
Harrow's turn. So that
Ooh,
Well, what's the twist?
major twist. Ooh.
What
Uh,
about Ned Flanders?
Well, Harrow ended up being a good guy in this one,
Oh,
Hmm.
and Ned Flanders, as you know, was
oh,
some
okay, okay.
crazy.
So you're saying he's
good
framed as
guy.
an evil man, but actually he may be good. Was never actually the bad guy. Yeah.
But I think he still is kind of the bad guy in the reality.
Oh,
Well,
let's
It's
see.
just that in
It's
the underworld, that's what he became.
Became a doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So if it's true, then you mean that Arthur's actually good all along. You know, if he's the
I
one
think-
in the psychiatric
I,
facility.
I think in the asylum, he's trying to get information out of him for his own benefit. Maybe
Oh,
he's trying to get him to open up, and you never know. Maybe it's still for evil.
Well,
we're not
in,
sure
in
yet.
terms of what it is, it's their own creation of what they see. So,
it's very much the perception from Mark as well.
From Mark.
so Mark and Steven must have created the whole
The
psych
scenario.
ward and created this version of Harrow,
Okay,
just so their mind could wrap around everything.
they must see the good
Because
side. and
because of
Harrow
what
as well.
Tarawet said that you cannot really see the actual. What was it? I think you can't actually see the actual underworld or something.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure exactly what they said, but it's what their mind perceives what it is.
Yeah.
And then why would it be a psych ward? It was a surface with Tarawets.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was sort of surprised
Yeah,
at
that's
the setting.
because everyone thinks of something else, and Mark said that it's because we're insane.
Yeah.
So that's how they perceive the underworld to be.
Mm.
Everyone else would be different. So
Yeah.
it's their creation of the underworld. I would
Yeah,
say.
their perspective.
So
of,
I don't think that Harrow is different. I think both Harrows are completely separate.
Mm.
This is a Harrow.
the good
of their
hero.
own making, to-
Yeah, of their own
to help
making.
them.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Mark must see a good side of Harrow to think of him in a good way in this episode. And,
Or it's the person he knows that could probably help him the most.
Mm.
yeah. Yeah. Any Easter eggs or
oh yeah,
references?
they are. They are.
Well,
let me-
definitely for me, like
Yeah.
the goldfish that
Mm.
Roro was drawing, that explains.
Yeah,
that.
the
This
one
makes
fin
sense.
goldfish
The
is
one fin.
back.
Yeah.
A goldfish back.
So now I know
Yeah.
where the goldfish came from. It's really
Yeah.
because that was the drawing that his younger brother was doing at the time.
Yeah,
just
but
before-
interestingly, there was a one fin goldfish in the first episode, though. Still,
Mm.
how it only got one fin is an interesting
Yeah.
thing. Still,
So yeah. So Gus came back in a different way here.
yeah, Gus came back in a different way.
I'm sure there's a goldfish in here somewhere, but let's see. Putnam Medical Facility carries a deeper meaning. Oh, okay. That's a nod to Putnam Psychiatric Hospital from the comic.
Okay.
Okay. I thought that might be something in the comics. because
Yeah.
it's
Mark's
not-
therapy
sounds so
session.
specific, like
Donna. Oh, Donna.
Oh, Donna,
Kovac.
the boss. That's her boss. His
Oh,
boss.
she's there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The main boss.
Maybe it should be.
Yeah, she was in there too. Yeah, I saw her. in the asylum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the hippo. The hippo.
Oh, yeah, because in the first one, it was talking about the hippo.
Hippo,
as,
yeah.
as a stuffed toy thing.
the figures, yeah.
Tar Red references Black Panther. Oh, Black Panther's
really?
afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh,
As what Tarawet said, different versions of the
The
afterlife.
ancestral.
Hathor. Hathor is best. Sibling of the god best.
Oh, okay.
And then here it mentions Wakanda's as ancestral plane.
oh, interesting.
Yes.
So it could connect
So
to
it's so
Wakanda forever.
beautiful. Yeah.
Mm,
I think they were talking about that because of the different afterlives for
Yeah.
different.
multiple versions of the afterlife exist in the
Yeah.
MCU.
Yeah.
Different
Hmm.
versions of it.
So at least this one is, they're not saying that there was one afterlife.
There's many.
It's interesting.
There were several.
The boat was foreshadowed back in episode 1.
Okay, it was one of the little items in the goldfish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the ornaments in
Yeah,
And
that's
the
tank.
pyramid was also in the tank as well.
Yeah, I can see the pyramid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Oh, we do have a QR code this
Yeah,
Oh,
time.
there
Right?
we go.
Oh, we do? Yeah.
Blink and you miss,
Ooh.
but it's right there.
A
Okay.
bedroom one.
QR code is back too.
As we try to scan it.
Yeah, I don't know if it works. I'll try it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
try.
if it works.
Why not?
If you've got your phone there with you.
Might be a secret.
Oh, it does work. Wow.
Oh,
Is
Oh,
it-
okay.
is
Well,
it-
what are you seeing? What are
Show
you
us
seeing?
some.
Oh, it just
What does it say?
oh, midnight. Oh,
Yeah, it's probably the
mean,
same link
not
with
sure if it's
another.
the same one or not.
That's a
Okay.
Oh no,
Most
it's
of them apparently was the same. Did they
Oh, it
just
is,
add
yeah.
something new?
Oh, is it?
premiere,
the comic
premiere issue.
Yeah.
comic.
Oh, comic issue.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cute.
And oh yes, Moon Knight's New York victim is
Jack
another.
Lockley.
Oh, there was a hint of Jack Lockley.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Must
Hospital
Looks-
lounge area.
oh, he was
What
there?
is it?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
I see.
New York. Oh, it's just a New York reference.
Yeah, but
Uh,
that doesn't really explain too much though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because Jack Lockley worked in New York or something.
I guess some of the places that were mentioned, that probably is a reference to the comic book. If
Yeah.
Mark Spector's brother is a Marvel
Yeah.
comic villain.
oh, really?
Really?
Rendo.
Yeah.
Rendo.
So he came back too? That's interesting. How did he get recruited? I guess, another Egyptian god somehow saved him, or what happened?
Yeah, we do not know.
Well,
And
in the comics, he's
In
a
comic-
villain.
became Shadow Knight.
Shadow Knight.
Yeah.
Shadow Knight.
Okay.
Just
and
temporarily. I
they
think.
might not even show it in the series.
But yeah,
Probably not,
Moon Knight
probably not.
doesn't appear to be
Too-
taking this route, so
Too short a
maybe it's
series.
different.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't
Yeah.
think they're going down that path.
Yeah,
because
no,
only
no,
one
yeah.
episode left.
with one episode left, it would be surprising
no,
to even
no way.
try.
It just wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah,
to
it wouldn't make sense.
insert
Wouldn't
it
make
all of a
sense, yeah.
sudden, just it would be too random to insert something like that. When
Yeah.
the focus would be, for them to go through the gates of stars and to, see that resolution, the confrontation really between, Amit and Harrow, and then
Yeah. So Kantu might be back in the next episode. We saw a hint of Kantu in this episode as
Yeah.
well. Like the Bade Bones, which actually resembles Kantu as well.
Yeah.
Before the cave, interestingly.
yes, so that's definitely a reference.
Oh, the goldfish.
Goldfish.
Oh,
Yeah.
the drawing, yeah.
It's one fin.
One fin, yes, one fin. This is why Stephen Grant has cast the one fin goldfish as a pet.
Yeah.
So it's from his trauma. Now we know.
Ah,
It's a residual imprint from this.
Hmm.
young days.
Yeah. And we apparently we can see this artwork, right? In the
Yeah.
frame on the wall.
On the bedroom wall.
Yeah,
Wow.
so he won't forget as well, so that was the bedroom.
Latest skaters.
Came from Mark, not Steven. Oh, late. Okay, this is another memory. Yeah, being repurposed by Steven.
Memories, yeah.
Well, effectively, it would have been from Mark because Steven was created by Mark.
Mm.
That was Mark's expression, really.
Read the reeds of field of reeds.
Field of reeds.
The field of reeds, that's how
Yeah.
it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So there was a large vase full of large white reeds. And then we see the field of reeds at the end.
Okay.
Who's this?
This is
Bushman. as well. No.
Bushman.
Yeah, they mentioned the
Oh,
name
that's
because
the-
that was the partner who betrayed them.
Partner.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The one who killed the archaeologist and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
played his father.
And then practically got Mark near death as well, but had to be
And
revived by
shot.
Kansu.
Left them for dead. Yeah, and then saved by Khonshu after.
Interesting.
The ritual copies the comics.
They,
Oh,
did-
yes.
they haven't seen any of the Midnight comics, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
But yeah, but the imagery and arrangement of this scene feels like a homage to the comic.
Okay.
So it's quite yeah,
Because they've kept that.
true. Yeah, quite true.
Kansu's vengeance.
Mark Spector Spaceman toys in toys?
Toys.
Oh, toys, yes. Spaceman toy.
Which
Okay.
which we might not see at all because
I mean,
on-
we would just
only
see
one
that
episode
little
left.
boy's bedroom, like we wouldn't get the reference really, except for that maybe that poster of like, the
fish.
the poster of the fish, and then Mark's childhood bedroom where there's the picture of the basically the Indiana Jones style,
Yeah, Tomb Buster. Yeah.
and then the toy scales I noticed the toy
I
scales.
noticed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the scales were like everywhere.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that was another reference there.
Wow.
Yeah,
good.
so in a
pick up.
kid's bedroom, it's a toy version of scales.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even in Kansu's tomb, there were also scales.
Yeah.
In the place with all of the dead bad guys, they were also scales. Like almost every room they went to had scales.
Yeah. So the boat definitely had the scales. So
There's a lot of scales everywhere.
everywhere.
It's not clear whether he genuinely owned those toys as a kid though, or whether the scales are only present because these memories are being viewed from beyond the veil.
Yeah.
Right.
So who knows?
Who knows?
He may be seeing scales everywhere.
Yeah, scales everywhere.
And then of course, yeah. So
That's
that's
a-
after.
Tomb Buster. That's
yeah.
where
Steven
credit Steven
Grant
Grant.
has no fear.
That is where he got the name from.
Yeah.
We got that from the previous episode.
episode. Yeah, with the videotape, VHS tape.
Oh right, it's actually a shout out to Dark Perlin and Dawn Perlin. Dark Perlin is a combination of these two names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this an actual show though, or did they just create it for the
Tomb
show?
Buster.
It sounds like they just created it for the
No, it's
show.
okay.
It is possible that they did.
Hmm.
But then
It's not-
that was good props that they use older style technology to create the
Yeah,
VHS.
They did pretty well, and creating these props really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, even the title Tomb Buster sounds like a very
It sounds
corny
very
80s title. It's like
And,
Between
and
Tomb
even
Raider
the
and
style,
Ghostbusters.
even the style was like
Yeah.
pretty-
it's out the poster.
Oh, this thing, Watterson Food and Liquor.
What is
Hmm.
it?
references. What? Oh, Trevor
What is it?
Watterson. So Watterson, yeah.
Oh, product
Oh.
placement. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just
Wow.
the produce. He
Ah.
co-executive produced every
really?
MCU Disney Plus TV series so far.
Oh, okay.
So,
Trevor
So it's
Watterson.
probably a tribute to him.
Very subtle reference.
Well, you wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
So probably
No.
that would be including Miss Marvel, maybe.
Marvel.
Oh,
Miss
well,
Marvel.
so far.
Well, apparently the Captain Marvel movie has been pushed back.
Oh, it's pushed back again.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's interesting, isn't it? Like, I wonder what's going on there as well.
Oh, it's been pushed back. Oh.
And the Miss Marvel series is still this year, so
Yeah, that's gonna be our next series. So
Yeah.
There's
I think it starts in
and-
May, right? May or June or something. Or...
yeah.
not too
The next
far.
one is Miss
June.
Marvel. Yeah, June.
After Doctor Strange, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a theory that Ghost Rider may make a debut now.
Oh,
that
that'd be
there's
awesome.
a reference to
That
the
would be
afterlife
I'd love to see that.
reveals. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Robbie
Especially
Reyes.
from Agents of Shield.
I
Agents of
think-
Shield. But Robbie Reyes, yeah. Robbie Reyes. Is it?
Yeah, Robbie Reyes
Shield.
is probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's just so good. I wish they bring him
Although
back.
it's not actually canon, he says.
Yeah,
The
that's the
Robbie
problem.
Reyes.
I think
think
they think they're still trying to incorporate it because it was meant to be canon at the start,
Mm,
Yeah,
Mm.
and then they ended up doing their own thing.
mm.
yeah. They're still trying to make a canon. They're trying to.
That even Loki mentions stuff that happened in Agents of Shield. So
Okay,
Mm.
interesting.
who knows? I think people say that it's not canon, even though they're trying to make it canon.
Mm,
Interesting where they're trying to go with it.
let's see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hope they find a way to make it canon somehow. It's such a great series, right? Agents of Shield.
And Agents of Shield is being ported over to
Just,
Disney Plus.
I think it
Okay.
it's already in there. Yeah.
All right.
All the seasons. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good. You know, that helps people.
As
with-
well as Daredevil now. as
Daredevil,
well.
Jessica Jones. Yep. That whole suite.
That's great.
of,
Yeah,
um,
no,
the
I'm
which
glad-
Avengers.
they're also
Yeah.
trying to make partially canon.
Mm,
with Daredevil, Matt Murdock and stuff. Yeah. Well, we saw him in
Okay.
No Way Home, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, we did. And we also saw the other guy. What was it?
Kingpin,
Kingpin,
Wilson,
yeah.
Wilson Fisk
Yeah.
in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So
There are
those
too
two are
many
definitely
names.
canon.
It's hard
Yeah.
to remember every single one.
It is, yeah. So those two are definitely canon in MCU now.
Kingpin. Mm.
Yeah,
Yep, the Kingpin in
they're definitely.
Daredevil and in Hawkeye.
Yeah, probably in future series or movies.
mm.
Hopefully,
Yep, they wouldn't kill Wilson Fisk all that easily.
No,
yeah. No,
I'm sure he'll make a comeback sometime.
you can't die that easily. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. I reckon it'll come back in Echo's spin-off.
There'll be
Likely, yes, in the Echo spinoff.
Oh, Blakely. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yes. He should make it too.
Too many series now
Hmm.
and movies.
there's a lot to connect. There's
Yeah,
so many connections now between all of the different characters. So
yeah. Numerous amounts of connection.
Definitely. Shall we get to our scores?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so who wants to go first?
Khonshu.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Okay, so,
Jeff, you can go first.
yeah, it's interesting. It's more intriguing. This one. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Yeah, I really like how the character kind of developed. Yeah, and there was no feature of Emmett, was there? No, not in this episode.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Okay, yeah, maybe later. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
the only it's not a direct reference, right? It's just showing how the whole
Okay.
judgment thing
the judgment.
because of Emmett.
Yeah. It's more a line that about,
It's more like I see.
but
Yeah, cool.
we still haven't seen Emmett
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Reveal until the final episode.
Maybe a appearance in the final. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, save it for the final.
But somehow Amit could have been revived already, since the souls being judged are already going to the underworld.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's
So it
there's
means-
a sort of like indirect kind of
Different, right.
implication
I
that we
see.
see.
right, yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that should be good.
So
then.
the final battle would likely be Konsu's Moon Knight versus Amit's version of Avatar.
Avatar, yeah.
Mm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Could be the final battle. Yeah.
That should be good.
It'd be epic.
And
So it's cool.
possibly, or no more Steven.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no more Steven, but
It's dead.
yeah, I guess we have Mark trying to bring Khonshu back.
Oh yeah. Cautious still locked up in that stone, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
Containment
needs
stone.
Khonshu to, and in
Oh, to
order to
fight
come
Amit.
back as the Moon Knight, in order for him to become the Moon Knight again and fight, you know, Arrow and Amit,
Oh yeah.
he has to bring Khonshu back.
Wow.
Yeah. So an 8 from Jeff.
Eight,
Yes.
okay. Nice.
An 8, huh?
Ready?
Yeah, I thought, similarly, I thought it was really developed the character of I think it really, reviewed his back story, his origin of how, he went through a traumatic childhood and how he became a Khonshu and how he created Stephen Grant. And yeah, it was a great development in the character arc. And I really enjoyed the episode in general. Like, it was a really good story, like good origin story, origin episode. Yeah, you just feel the character more now, and and I feel sorry for Stephen Grant that he's gone now. He was a nice guy, and
Yeah.
He
Feel
thought he
bad.
was the original.
I did enjoy his character. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
I know.
Yeah, he's got so
definitely.
much humor.
Oh, his wisecracks, yeah, and one thing is like the elephant, not the hippo. I know Tarawa is based off Egyptian goddess, I think, but I just felt like it was a bit unconvincing. Like, I don't know, just maybe the voice didn't match the image of the character, but that's the only down bit for me. But
I think it made it more hilarious because even
Yeah.
she didn't know what was happening. Like,
yeah,
she forgot what to say, so she had it on like those cards. And then after that, it's like,
That-
there
that's
isn't a
part
card
of the
for this.
humor.
There isn't a card for this.
I guess part of the humor. Yeah,
Part of the humor of the
Yeah.
show.
So
Yeah.
I think it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted it to be more intimidating,
Mm.
the cards wouldn't have worked.
yeah.
She,
Yeah.
she would have known what to say.
Yeah.
I guess part of the comic relief. Yeah, and actually,
Yeah.
one thing about Stephen Grant, like, he finally got to stand up for himself. Like, he started defending himself, and
Mm.
he found a way to be tough and fight back, and then
Yeah.
they killed him. That's just a bit sad, but anyway. But I guess Stephen is Mark, right? Like, Mark is Stephen. They're one.
Yeah.
They're the same person, and he's I guess Mark's reconciled himself as the true Mark. He reconciled.
Yeah. But is Steven really dead? We don't really know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
true.
don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was it was quite a few emotions involved, and I think overall it was a really good episode. I'll give it a 7.5. Yeah,
Solid.
Not bad. Yeah.
cool, nice.
Steph?
I think I'll give it an 8 as well. I really enjoyed the psychological aspect of this episode, which I think, yeah, Marvel has never done before, really. Like not in this way. So in a way, they kind of explore that a little bit in WandaVision, but I think this one was done with much more depth, and really, I quite enjoyed that. It was very different. Not what you would expect. Yeah, like what Mark is saying, not what you expect from a superhero kind of show. So I enjoyed that. Yeah, delving into both, like Mark's psyche and just exploring what it's like to go through, those traumas.
Grief. Yeah.
And how you create a different personality and life and persona as a coping mechanism, really. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Considering that the episode was called The Asylum,
Asylum.
it really
Asylum.
fits.
Asylum.
Yeah,
Yeah, it fits totally well.
it fits totally well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Marcus?
Yeah, I think I agree with everyone. And solid 8. Like the whole psychological. This episode is less superhero drama, but more psychological drama.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's definitely different.
Yeah, delving into the psyche, tackling, pretty heavy subject matter. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I applaud the show for having the guts to tackle a heavy subject matter like this.
Mhm.
It's pretty sad too, right? Seeing Mark's childhood,
Mm.
and how he has to create this persona to
Mm.
cope with it. So yeah, I thought it was very well done.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah, I think what I really like about the series so far is that it keeps surprising me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I
It never
kind of
feels
can't really
predictable.
guess where they are
Can't
going
guess,
with
yeah.
this.
Yeah, they just keep upping the skills each time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like each episode just gets better, in
yeah, it's true.
terms of, how unique it is.
Yeah. So yeah, 8.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Very consistent tonight. Yeah.
Yep.
And,
So
Jono?
my score, yeah. In terms of what I do like to watch, I do like to watch a lot of psychological horror or psychological dramas and stuff. So this actually really fit to what I actually enjoy.
Psychological. Yeah.
And in terms of the theme, it was actually quite strong and consistent.
Mm.
And still keeping fans happy with all of the Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of cool.
Mm.
Easter egg.
You get more of so the Egyptian mythology, like the duats, the scales,
Mm.
The Field of Reeds.
Fields of Reeds, Osiris.
Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah, that was like brilliant blending of a lot of things combined, especially as the asylum, where
Mm.
he has to get to know himself again or see his past. That was like quite challenging and really good on how they did it. This was probably one of the more unique ways of seeing the past and like visiting the past.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, usually I say that there's a lot of copy here and there, but yeah, this one is actually more unique.
Mm.
It's not the first idea of doing something like it, but yeah, definitely the most unique one that I've seen so far.
Mm.
Overall, Steven was definitely a character in this one, especially when he said to Mark the first time, like everyone's death would be on you. It's all your fault.
Mm.
And then on the street after the mom passes and seeing Mark, you were just a child. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
So even there, it's like it flipped around.
Mm.
So yeah, the theme was there. It's like they're both growing at the same time.
Mm.
And that's why the skills ended up being balanced, but kind of sad that Steven had to die for the skills to actually fully balance.
Yeah, that was sad.
Mm. That's right.
So my score for this episode, probably one of the best episodes yet,
Mm.
Oh, okay.
is an 8.
8. Wow.
Jordan,
Ooh,
hey,
nice.
that's-
So,
Pretty much all of us are 8,
Yeah.
around 8.
Actually,
What was IGN say?
IGN gives it even higher.
I knew what I would have said.
Yeah,
Oh,
they-
nine.
Trippy flashback episode.
Yeah, but not only that, Oscar Isaac. His
I mean-
performance in this episode was just
It's spectacular.
insane.
It's
I mean,
yeah.
I know.
Oscar
his
Isaac at his
acting is
finest.
best.
His acting,
Yeah, like you really need a strong actor for all the kind of scenes, everything that he had to play.
Yeah, that acting prowess, that
just-
was just amazing.
the
Like, you had to play like
of this
different
character,
personalities and drew
Yeah.
hardships.
requires like a top-notch actor to portray all of that, because that's not an easy character.
Not easy at all.
Oh, let me do
Definitely
this
not.
poll. Do you think
Having
it's
this
that
extraordinary
personality?
talent.
complexity. Yeah.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Okay, let's see the
Let's see
result.
the results.
See the result.
Answer.
That's it.
Everyone says 84%.
83%. Wow,
Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
that's high.
that's high. Yes.
Well,
I
they
think-
keep
I
they
think
keep
there is.
hinting that they want, so of
Yeah.
course I think they will
I
eventually.
hope there is. Yeah.
But only one episode to go.
yeah. Last week's the finale.
Next week, yeah.
Wow, already.
But somehow I don't think it's going to be a double episode.
It'll be a longer episode probably, but
Maybe slightly longer, but not like a double.
yeah.
Maybe an hour or something. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully.
Yep. And they finally confirmed the runtime for the new Doctor Strange movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
how long is it?
About 2.5, I think. Or
No,
something.
it's less
No,
than that.
It's just over 2 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
surprisingly short. Surprisingly
So-
short.
That's a
For-
reasonable
for
running
Marvel.
time though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you'd be expecting something like at least 2.5, given recent Eternals is so long.
No Way Home.
No
yeah.
Way Home is so
No Way
long.
Home,
Batman
yeah.
was 3 hours. So
Yeah, so
I think 2 hours is
surprisingly
good length.
shorter.
As long as the quality is good, like 2 hours is good length. I think it's good length.
yeah, if they
Just
can-
over 2 hours. So we'd be definitely watching that one.
I'll be watching it in cinema. I gotta watch it on the big screen.
well,
eh?
I think Jonah watching Thursday. We're watching Fridays. Friday, yeah,
Mm.
Friday.
Gonna be good.
Oh,
Yeah, very good. Be excellent. I can't wait for it. Actually, yeah. So I've been going through all the previous movies that connected to Multiverse of Madness, and I'm just going through refreshing my mind, going through One Division again, and
The best way to do it is to watch the Marvel Legends series.
yeah, that's a recap. If you have Disney Plus, like you can do the Legends. There's a recap of each character. They've got Wong as well. Jono, they got Wong,
Yep,
Oh,
they do.
Strange,
Doctor
and,
Strange
and Wanda, of course. Yeah,
and the new revised version of Wanda, yes, which includes WandaVision.
yeah, it is great. That'll be a good recap actually, because it's been a while since we watched One Division now. So
yeah.
It's actually quite good that they actually do have those recaps.
it's really it's a really excellent idea. I love it.
Yeah, and just before the movie as well.
Yeah, because not everyone has time, right, to go through all
Every
those shows
single
and movies
movie.
again.
There's so
Yeah.
many movies now.
Yeah, I know.
So many hours.
And then the series as well. We count the different series. It's just a
It
lot.
takes a lot of time.
Series, yeah.
Yep, like how many minutes is the series of movies now?
I think up to 28 or something, or I don't know.
My goodness, yeah, so much.
Uh, well, we already know from Endgame it's 3,000 minutes.
Wow.
okay.
3,000 minutes.
3,000 minutes. So that's 550 hours, I think, or something.
Wow.
Mhm.
And don't forget the few TV series.